All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, March the 16th. Yeah, March 16th, 2025. Just in case you wondered what year it was. How are we doing this morning? Let's see who's jumping on. Who? Yeah. Wow, look at that. It's going to be a great day. Facebook's playing nice. Turn the volume down. Wendy Leet is watching. Good morning, Sweet Pea. How you doing? Matthew Tolman. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I don't know what I got for a sleep score last night because I had to charge the ring. I forgot to do that. So, good morning, Matt Blood. And I tell you what, I dug the old coffee maker out of the basement this morning and put some stuff through that so I didn't have to choke down that French roast one more day. We'll put that on the back burner for emergencies only. Yeah, happy Sunday, Matt Moore. Coffee number 3 today. Slept pretty good, I think. I don't know. We'll see. What's going on this morning, guys? Scale of 1 to 10, how we doing? Let's go live. Make sure we're on the Insta chats. Forgot to press that button. Yeah. The Matts are here. I mean, we've got Matt Blood, Matt Tolman, Matt Moore, Matt Leet, Matt Turner. We got them all. Yeah. Well, I was going through my hats this morning and I said, I like to wear somebody's hat that, that I can say nice things about on my live. So, yeah, French roasts or visitors. Oh, man, shoot me your address, man. I'll send that stuff down to you. That's nasty. But anyway, I grabbed my Flynn hat this morning, Flyn, just one N. And it's Flynn is an artist in Westbrook, Maine. And Wendy went to school with her husband. And anyway, they make really cool hats. And this one's a raccoon eating a Twinkie. So, Wendy, maybe you could put the link in for Flynn. They'd probably appreciate that. But we like to go there. They've got stickers and hats and shirts and just a local artist that we like to support and good friends. So, yeah, Matt Moore, give me a hat. I'll wear it. Who doesn't like free shit? Matt Tolman's a 10. Everybody's a 10. It's a good day. It's a good day for just about anything. Starting out, there it was. It was a day that started out like any other day. I was minding my own business, and then it happened. It's kind of hazy, little overcast, snow melt going on. We like that. We may pull the ripcord and be a vapor trail and head north here later today or later this morning. So trying to pull that together. As long as Wendy gets the Jeep all packed up. Just kidding. I actually had to clean that thing out yesterday. And that morphed into cleaning the garage out because, I can't have that. I don't like the clutter. Can't have the clutter. Peter Christensen, how you doing, buddy? I don't mind a little bit of clutter, if we're going to do something. Like right down here right now is a little messy because we had to tear into the basement last night to look for something. But we're getting it back together. Condo life is different because you can have less stuff, which is good. So, yeah, that was a close one, Matt. It does make me think of Clearwater though, so be careful. Which does remind me, if you haven't picked up your copy of Finding Your Edge, the Amazon #1 bestseller by yours truly, grab it today. And be sure to write a review, a nice one only though. Don't give me none of them 4.9 stuff. 5 stars only. So yeah, an opportunity. See, what are you talking about? I don't know, man. What do you guys got going on today? You doing business or personal stuff today? What's happening? Are we moving the needle? I read a great thing yesterday on this was a guy from that clearly values the weekends, and he said, "Hey, man, there's 104 days that if you want to move the needle, you can move the needle." course, there's the other school of thought that, you got to take the time off, you got to rest, you got to recoup, and all that stuff. Yeah, it all makes sense. However, when you're trying to do big things, to me, like when you're getting stuff done on the weekend, you're playing with the house's money, baby, right? The competition sleeps, right? It's like when you go out for that early morning ruck or walk or whatever, and everybody's sleeping. You're like, man, I'm getting a leg up on somebody today. Whatever you got to do to make sure it's okay in your head. Dad day today, last weekend shift for K. Yeah, cool. Progress. A little bit of both, says Tolman. Yeah, that's a good mix too. Get in, shred stuff, crush stuff in the office, and do the afternoon. Level set. It's a good day to tee up the week. And if you do that, notice how your week goes and make note of whether it went any better or not. Matt says business in a hustle and grind. Phones or mode. On site doing my thing already. No grass growing under that guy's feet. Pete Christensen, I have the Boy Scout hike later, but working on business this morning. Good deal. Yeah, Matt says phase. Yeah, I got you. Good stuff. Yeah. Looks like Michelangelo joined us on Instagram. How you doing, brother? I saw you go live yesterday in your truck, so that's good. Good for you. Getting uncomfortable. Love it. Maybe it's not uncomfortable, but good for you. Love to see that. So anyway, well, speaking of uncomfortable, let's talk about I was hoping Rector would be on today because I want to talk a little bit more about sales, but actually talk about how people buy, the psychology of buying, and how to sell the way people actually buy. Yeah, there's Michelangelo. I don't know if you're on Facebook or Instagram, but you're showing up on my Instagram. So, but anyway, cool. Yeah, good. I'm glad I did. That's great to hear. I appreciate knowing that. I'm like, look at this cat doing it. Save those early ones. If you haven't done it before, you'll go back and go, oh boy. You get a little bit better or more comfortable each time you do it. Dan Bennett, good morning. Good morning to you. Looks like you had a great breakfast with Catroni. I think that was yesterday. You guys were eating your weight in pancakes, something like that. So yeah, you switched. Good deal. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm streaming on YouTube, Instagram with the Summit Coaching Instagram, and then the Bob Turner Facebook page. So at times I've thought of just shifting to the Bob Turner Instagram, but 6 and 1, half a dozen of another, as they say. So, but yeah, let's get into it here a little bit. Slamming breakfast. I like it. This is going to be a fun one today, I think. So, excuse me. I'll tell you what, that cold is going out the door slowly, and those antibiotics are fun. Boy, good times. So let's talk about how people buy. And most salespeople focus on just what they're selling, right? The great ones focus on how people buy. So go to school on that and start to look at how people buy. If you don't understand how people make buying decisions, you're going to just keep pushing your stuff, right? You're going to keep going when you should be guiding. Keep pushing. So today I want to kind of break down the psychology of buying, 3 emotional triggers behind every purchase, and how to sell in a way that feels natural, not forced. So your prospects actually want to say yes, right? We don't want you doing something that doesn't feel good, right? Like, if like Tolman's going to sell a little different way than say Matt Moore, both Matts, but different guys, different communication styles, even though they often sell the very same thing. So these guys both have to get in touch with how the person they're talking to buys, because people don't buy products. They buy feelings. They want to trust you. They want to know you. They want to be referred. They want to get comfortable. If you've ever had a prospect say, I think I need to think about it. It's not the right time, or, I got to check with my husband or check with my wife. All right. That's looking at how somebody buys. Once you understand the real reasons people buy, you'll never struggle with sales again. I don't believe. All right. Let's talk about those 3 emotional triggers. Trigger 1, pain and problem solving every single time. People don't buy stuff. They buy solutions to their problems. Nobody's buying a gym membership. They're buying a feeling of confidence and energy and weight loss. No one's buying marketing. They're buying leads. They're buying sales. Peace of mind, right? My business is going to be around. I'm going to invest in the marketing, right? And nobody really buys coaching. They buy transformation and results. Not buying the coaching. They're buying the result. Hey, Dave Saperco, good to see you. Where you been, brother? Christy is here. Good to see you. Thanks for all your support. I appreciate all the kind words and all the posts and everything. So yeah, nobody buys the marketing services. They're like, hey, I want more leads. I want more sales. So how do we apply this? Instead of selling your product, sell the outcome it creates. Use pain-focused questions like, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? How is this problem affecting you daily? Hey, if we were able to solve this problem, what would that mean for you? Don't forget to shut up at the end, like we talked about yesterday, right? None of that Tarzan shit. I'm the best. Buy my stuff. Trigger number 2, fear of loss, kind of FOMO, right? Scarcity. Most people are motivated by avoiding less than gaining something new. Right? Interesting. Why? Excuse me. Why do limited time deals work? Because people hate missing out. I'm not a big fan of them. Hey, for a limited time, 3 more seats left. Why do people procrastinate until the deadline? Because urgency creates action. Urgency creates action. They push it off. Why do people not buy? A bunch of people waited to buy tickets to our event until the end. Urgency creates action. Tough to plan that way, but that's the way it is. So you can use urgency and scarcity, but only when it's real. Don't have, 12 seats left in your mastermind and say you got one seat left. Ask questions like, hey, what would happen if you didn't do this? What would happen if you didn't fix this problem? Have you thought about what waiting is actually costing you? Whoa. Yeah, and use real deadlines to drive action if you can. Hey, we're doing this until the end of the month. No pressure, right? It's the 29th. And the third trigger is social proof and trust. So we've got trigger number 1, pain and problem solving. Number 2 is the fear of loss. Okay. Number 3, social proof and trust. What's the first thing people do when they hear about you? They grab their phone and they see if you're on Instagram. They check you out on Facebook. They see who you hate politically, if you're dumb enough to post that shit. Okay. Social proof and trust. People don't like taking risks. They look for proof that your solution works. That's why we do reviews, right? Case studies, testimonials. Why do they matter? Because people trust real experiences more than a sales pitch. They know they're being sold to, but hey, I routinely post videos from some of the very people that are on this call. Hey, here's Matt Blood talking about what it's like to work with Bob. Here's Matt Moore with a great testimonial about how the effect Bob's had on his business or working with Bob. That's real stuff, real people saying good things. So people trust those real experiences more than the sales pitch. Why do people follow recommendations from friends over ads? Trust beats marketing every single time. So how to apply this stuff? Share the stories, not just facts. Build that rapport. Case studies, success stories, personal experiences. Have you guys heard of third-party validation? Use that. Past clients, articles, media features, any kind of data. And you can set that up by saying, hey, would it help if I showed you how others in your situation have solved this? Wow. How many other people do you think are asking them that in a sales situation? They're not. They're like, hey, we got this over here. You want to buy my stuff? What brings you in today? I need some stuff. Right? The sales things. I have fun with it. We had a young lady show up at the door yesterday selling fiber optic. And I didn't say anything to her, but now when I'm involved in a sales type of situation, I'm kind of studying how they operate, right? And I don't know how old she was, probably, I'm going to guess mid to late 20s, and was selling just flat footing it, selling fiber, and which is great here in Mayberry. So I was chatting with her, and she says, oh, do you use the internet that much? I said, well, I'm on Zoom calls all the time. I'm streaming, I'm video. And she goes, oh, what do you do? I said, oh, I do coaching, consulting. Oh, bigwig, huh? I go, I don't know that I would have said that, right? And then she said, we were scheduling the install, and I said, hey, can you push it out a week? We're probably going to be out of town. I don't want to do this any sooner than, a week and a half from now. Oh, you hadn't noticed? Yeah. So we have we call it a camp, but we probably go up to a place on the lake. Oh, big wigs. And I go, there it is again. I said, no, not really big wigs, but interesting. That could have gone a different way for her if I took that differently, but stay away from that kind of stuff, guys. Don't, that's a different kind of label, but don't paint yourself in a corner with something that, ask yourself this: what if I hadn't said that? What if I had just said, wow, that sounds really great? You must get up there a lot, right? So she's young, still learning, but I didn't say anything because, but it just wasn't my place really. So, so I would ask you, which of these triggers that I just talked about, these 3 triggers, do you relate to the most? Pain, fear of loss, or trust? The trust one's for me, I think pretty good, because I really like to try to build that rapport and make people comfortable. So Wally Bear is here. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you. Yeah. So, throw a fist pump in the chat if any of this resonated with you. And I would challenge you to rewrite your pitch and focus on the problem, the customer's problem, not just the product. Right? If you're selling financial services, maybe you ask people, hey, what's your biggest challenge in, setting money aside? Ask those questions. Sounds like she could use some coaching. Yeah, she probably could. Right. Damn, I should have pitched her. Hey, come on in here, kid. I want to talk to you about your sales pitch. I challenge you this: take your current sales message and rework it to highlight the pain that you solve and the outcome you deliver. Very simply, if you're in business, you should be able to answer the question, what pain do you solve and what outcome do you deliver? There's some people that are very good at that, and there's some people that haven't kind of crossed that bridge yet. You can use urgency and scarcity in your sales process, but use it by way of a deadline or a limited time offer, something like that. But don't be cheesy and gimmicky with it. And then lastly, use social proof in your next conversation. Try it. Say, hey, I just got this video in from Matt Moore. Would you like to see it? It's a great video. Prepare a case study. Show them a testimonial. It shows you're connected. It shows you're doing the thing. It shows somebody took the time to actually talk about you and recommend you. Steve Perry, good morning, sir. Good to see you. Talking about sales today, Steve. Dave Howard, where you been, man? You been? God, probably out running. So, guys, the best salespeople don't sell. They just understand people. They're a student of the game. They're always getting better. Once you start speaking to people's emotional triggers, you'll find that selling feels a lot easier because it's not about pushing. It's really about just guiding and guiding people along through the process. People buy with emotion, and then they justify it with logic. Yeah, I want that $80,000 truck. Oh, I had to have it. I had to have it because I actually haul 2 pieces of plywood every year. Right? I mean, Mark Bunker says a sales pitch sounds like a sales pitch. Make it a conversation. Exactly. Tolman, you drew the short straw today. I've got 75 notifications that Matthew Tolman is watching. That's good. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, getting ready for the Irish Road Rover. Yeah, lots of 5Ks and road races around on St. Patty's Day, when everybody's Irish, right? Wendy shared a quote with me yesterday. Oh, no, we saw it on the sign. What was that at the wing place down the street? It said, we're all Irish after a few drinks, something like that. I think I'm half Irish. So, yeah, guys, if this hit home today, let me know. Post it in the chat. If you pick something up, put it to work. Make it work for you. You spent the time to be here. And just recapping real quick, those 3 emotional triggers that we want to try to figure out with people is that pain and problem solving. People don't buy stuff. They buy solutions to their problems. Trigger number 2, fear of loss. Okay. They got that FOMO, they're motivated by avoiding less. They're more motivated by avoiding less than getting something new. All right. They don't want to miss out. And then lastly, social proof and trust. And if you're in sales and you can't be in sales and then say, well, yeah, I don't do that social media thing. You better have a presence. You better be branding yourself in some way so that somebody can pull you up, see what you do. And for God's sake, save the right wing and left wing crap for some other platform. All right. For your coffee shop conversations or whatever. But I mean, let me ask you this. If I splashed political stuff all over my page every day, what do? I alienate probably half the people that I'm looking to talk to every day. Why would I do that? It doesn't matter. All right. People buy from people they like. Yeah. No like and trust. I would add that. Yeah. If they don't like you, they're just done. So, like I said yesterday, you ever walk into that car dealership and go, this guy's a tool. He already pissed me off. I was in a car dealership once with Bailey, and she brought a friend. We were sitting there, and I think we were looking at what's that Toyota thing, the RAV, right? And then we were also looking at the Hyundai Tucson, and she was getting one or the other, and we knew we were going to lease, and I said I had to go to the bathroom, so I went up to go to the bathroom, and the sales guy leaned forward to her over the desk and said, do you really want the Tucson, or do you really want the RAV, or is your dad just making you look at it? Something like that. In other words, so he broke my trust right there. And when I got back, he went to do something, and the girls told me about it. We just got up and left. Done. I'm done. That was the way it was. He broke my trust right there, and we were out the door. And she did, in fact, end up with a Tucson. So that's the way that went. And I spared him the tongue lashing. We just left because Bailey, Dad, don't embarrass me. So yeah, so take that current sales message, guys. Rework that a little bit. Or take a look at it. Maybe you don't have a script. And Mark, yes, sales can sound scripty, but one of the things that I've learned from Steve Rosenberg recently is that you should be able to respond to objections like just as quickly as, and I think you heard him say this at the event, like, hey, Mark, when's your birthday? Bam. What's the last 4 of your social? Bam. Where do you live? Bam. What's your phone number? Bam. You know those answers very quickly. Your responses to people's objections should be just as quick, almost innate. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Da-da-da-da-da. Here's what happened. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is. And it takes practice, right? So, and that comes from scripts and being able to scripts and word tracks. So word tracks are scripts too. So I'm not saying you sit there and read, yes, good to see you today, Mark Bunker, is it? Yes. Okay. Any of that. Stay away from that stuff. You got to make it sound, all plays in movies are scripted, Antonio says. Good to see you this morning, buddy. For sure. Absolutely. So muscle memory practice. Yeah. Yep. Hey, and, role play it, guys. If you're in a group, you guys that are in the contractor fight, I know you role play a lot. We're doing some of that with Steve's group and his daily sales accelerator, getting into that kind of stuff. And it's interesting to throw that kind of thing out to a new group because they're like, "Whoa, that's kind of creepy," or "That's awkward," and it is to just have two people on a Zoom call and just like, "Hey, Mark, I'm gonna just try to sell you a gallon of milk." Or whatever. I'm going to sell you a bathroom renovation. I'm going to sell you some financial services, whatever. The mechanics are the same. You're going to sell a hot dog or you want to sell, what was that video? Guy says, sell me this pen, right? So it takes practice and you got to be willing to kind of throw yourself out there and look a little foolish from time to time. So, right? Like I said, guys, the best salespeople don't sell. They understand people. They understand people. They understand that they're communicating, they're building rapport, and just getting better all the time. Break it down too. I don't know, maybe if you're one of the contractor guys on here, get back in your truck from being in somebody's kitchen, write down what went well, what didn't, while it's fresh in your memory. Or if you're on a call, record it and see what you sound like. Say, what I buy from this guy? What I buy from me? Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, thank you. Would I buy for me? I don't know. Not everybody's a good fit. Not everybody wants to listen to you, and everybody buys differently. So the spirit of this today, guys, was trying to just analyze the psychology of buying and how to basically serve people what they want to eat. Don't say, hey, I know you like hamburgers, but here's a cheeseburger. I think you ought to have it. You're not going to sell. So, and then track everything. I'm terrible at tracking. I try. It's not my strength, but I know that the people that are most successful track and they make adjustments. If you can track it, you can analyze it. If you can analyze it, you can improve it. And that goes for anything, whether it's your calories or your sales or your income, your expenses, any of it. So good deal. Well, you guys that jumped on late, how are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? I hope that psychology of the buyer stuff's hit home with you. How we doing scale 1 to 10? And excuse me, guys, this is, I don't know, pushing day 80 or so without doing the math real quick. I'm having a blast, just getting started. I'm trying to mix in some sales stuff with some personal stuff, life stuff, whether it might be limiting beliefs or having difficult conversations or, self-worth stuff, procrastination, any of that kind of stuff. Dude, what is a hamburger without cheese, right? Bunker's an 8, Saperco's an 8. Antonio's always a 10. Yeah, good to see you. So yeah, just trying to mix stuff in. If you've got, like the other day, Jason Rector said, hey, I really enjoy the sales stuff. So I did a couple days of sales stuff. We'll do more this week. And I enjoy it too, because it keeps me sharp, keeps me thinking about the fundamentals and mechanics of sales. And it's not just when you're selling something to somebody. I mean, would any of this not work if you were just having a conversation with someone trying to explain your point about something, explain how you felt about something? If you think about it, those emotional triggers, like and in any kind of conversation, you're kind of trying to solve a problem, figuring out a pain, taking a look at how somebody else looks at it. I don't know about the fear of loss, that kind of stuff, and just a regular conversation, but social proof and trust. If somebody's going to talk with you and take the time to converse with you, they probably want to trust you. It's going to be a short conversation. Dave Howard, 9.5, always room for improvement. Yeah. 10 because the day is young and I get to choose. Dan Bennett. Yeah. Anyway, guys, as always, I offer up a free 30-minute, I call it a strategy call. If something's bugging you, or you're thinking about something in business, or if you've been watching these and saying, I wonder if Bob could help me in my business. Maybe I ought to talk to him. Give me a buzz. Just pop it in the chat or shoot me a DM, whatever. I'll respond. We'll get you set up. Wendy typically will put the link in before I can get back upstairs to do it myself. So she'll pop that in. It's just called 30-minute strategy call. And happy to give my time if you need it. So, but anyway, yeah, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I almost said Saturday. We're going to have a great one. I think we're going to point it north, and 30 is the over under, bet the over. Greg coming in late, dropping some fire. Where you been? I'm every day at 8, man. I'm counting on you. Good to see you guys here. Dave Saperco, Dan Bennett, Tolman, always good to see you. Steve Perry, got a few high school classmates in here. That's fun. Yeah, Michelangelo, Peter Christensen is scrolling all the way back. Of course, Wendy is the wizard behind the curtain, turning the dials, making sure I don't screw stuff up. Yeah, exactly. Mark, enjoy your day. I appreciate you. Guys, I hope you go forth and conquer. Remember, the weekends, the total days of the weekends in the course of a year is 104. What if you took one of them now and then and applied it to your business? You might be scared. You might be surprised what happens. Yeah. Thanks, Peter. We will enjoy the drive. Take it slow and easy. Actually watch if I'm not on live. Yeah, glad you like it, Greg. I appreciate that. Pass it along to somebody you think might enjoy it. Hey, I think 4 people shared it yesterday. And what I'll do after, for some reason, it was not public. It was like only my friends could see it. So Give me 5 minutes. I have to, for some reason, afterwards make it public, but I will, and you guys can share it. Jason Rector shared it a few times yesterday, so I was appreciative of that. Yeah, Catherine, good to see you. Have a great day. Wendy, I'm in the shower, so I'll put the link in a sec. More information than we needed. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Love y'all. Appreciate you showing up. You guys like Greg that are watching it on the rewind, thank you for doing that. If you are watching on the rewind, just comment in there with a fist pump or just write replay or whatever, so I know you're there. Call it out. Christy, thank you. Love you, kid. And guys, have a great day. Appreciate it. Let's get set up for a great week. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Take care.